forward boldly. You will not give reasons why you should fail, but face it boldly. You will not give reasons that my father, my mother, my community is backward. Face it boldly. And to face it boldly, to defend against attack, just like David himself did. David stood against Goliath when every other person felt that Goliath became a torment in the lives of the army of Israel. And not only a torment, but a reproach, a continuous reproach, a continual reproach. But unfortunately, when the young man, he was standing out already, and then he confronted him headlong and was able to get that victory. And it became the victory not just for him only. He wrote that it was like the hand of God rewriting his story. And I have no doubt that after this event, the hands of God will rewrite your story. Whether in America, whether you are in Europe, I understand how cautious intertranscultural events are moving. But it will not stand, it will not make you not to speak up. You will speak out loudly, just like the blind Bartimaeus. Blind Bartimaeus was calling on Jesus of Nazareth, have mercy on me. And the crowd didn't understand his feeling. At times the crowd will not understand your feeling. At times the people around you will not understand your feeling. But you are the one that wears the shoe and it is pinching you. And so you must know that how blind Bartimaeus didn't give. He knew that his sight was not a restriction of his voice. He knew that he could do more. And he rose up and said, Jesus, shouted, and the Savior heard him. I have no doubt the Savior will hear you. And as he hears you, every limitation in your life he will take away in the name of prominence, in excellence. It is to do much more better than other people. Like Joseph we have read about. Like Daniel we were told about. And many other people in the scriptures. Not just as youth, as men, not just as men, but as women. They stood out in every area of their lives. And that is the same. Not that they didn't have challenges. You know the challenges of Daniel. You know the challenges of Joseph. They had enough challenges. You may tell me it is different from our world. I said, no, if you read the scriptures well, right from Genesis 6, you will understand that the world has not necessarily changed. What is changing are patterns of evil. What is changing are how evils are produced. And so it is not that the world itself, the world is just an object. And so you should understand we are the one making it. So the world, the way you are thinking, has not. No, it has been, there have been challenges. And these same people face challenges. And so you won't give me an excuse, maybe I'm physically challenged, sir. So you maintain out who are speaking up, who are defending their cause. For example, I have a schizophrenic mathematician, a paranoid one. He was John Nash, a Nobel Prize in economics, 1994. Nobel Prize in economics. He was deformed, but he rose above his deformity. And so I'm telling you, wherever you are, no matter the form of disability, disability is not an advantage. When your capacity is disabled, that is more advantage. So you can have legs and hands, and yet you are under of a life without limbs. You saw he has no barely legs, limbs, and so, but his life has been producing meaning. I have no people don't stand up. They don't speak out. They don't even stand out. What is really the reason? There are many reasons. If you see in the diagram, you will definitely understand that when an egg can be put together and one of them stand out, when they stand out, it means that something has made them to be different. It means different and distinction have been marked. And so, but what makes people actually to join the crowd? What do I mean by crowd? Crowd see, number one, crisis. The crowd can become the crisis of many people. It can be corruption. It can be callousness. Then there can be risk. Not only risk, rebellion. The crowd can be rebellion. Number three, that is the O. There can be obsession, undulation. You are hunting between opinions. That is what the crowd can be. This is a prototype of a crowd. And not only that W, you will find that worldliness is always me. Sir, what are the reasons that people follow the crowd blindly? Blindly is not because they don't have eyes. The only reason is because there is lack of discernment. There is lack of reasoning, rationality. There is lack of critical evaluation. And that is why they follow the crowd. What are these reasons? If you see the diagram, you will understand that they are walking, following somebody blindly. It's as if they are blindfolded. And why? Number one reason why people do so is what they call wisdom of the crowd. Wisdom of the crowd. Actually, it is a myth. A myth Why that said vox populi, vox Dei, that the voice of the people is the voice of God. And so it doesn't work like that. The people can say, the crowd can say, kill him. It doesn't mean that God was the one motivating them. And so it's an irony. So the voice of the people in most cases may not necessarily be the voice of God. Number two is bandwagon effect. Bandwagon effect. Do something primarily because others are doing it. Bandwagon, that's following the crowd. You are following them because you are just following them because others are doing something and you think you should flow along. Number three is peer pressure. Peer pressure. Transcultural, it is transnational, it is transethnic, and that means every ethnic group you find yourself, you will see peer pressure. It comes in diverse form, just like we wear clothes. Our clothes come in different colors, the same challenge we have. And so no matter the pressure, that is why people. Number four, social media effect. Now is the time of social media, and so you see a lot of likes. Many people are getting followers. And they said, no, this person, he tweeted this, and so many followers are following. And said, let me go upon is there an effect, negative effect of crowd culture on potentials of the youth? Yes, it does have effect. Number one of it drowned self-confidence and self-esteem. There is drowned confidence. That means that your confidence level has crash landed. You don't have confidence. That exam you want to write, that terminal exam you are forehead. He only has one head. I said, then if he has one head, you yourself as well can be the first by beating him. Can be the first by beating him. And that I did to push his self-confidence forward. And then he was beginning to do that. So they sent him to you. Then he was beginning to do that. So they sent him to you where you are. Don't allow the challenges of your family to bring your self-confidence down. Not only that, when self-confidence is affected, it has a damaged personality. Your personality is damaged. Your identity is no longer unique. It is damaged. Your identity is no longer unique. And so number three is the drought of creativity. When that thing happens, there is creativity that is no longer there. It is not just that you will lose interest and growth. And number five, you have growth. And number five, you have disillusioned visibility or opportunity. You are no longer, your opportunities are they are just running away from you. And finally, you have distorted mentor or mentoring. Why do I mean by distorted mentor? Some of us are medical students, maybe in your university you are a medical student. And then you say, no, I ask you, who is your mentor? And then you call a famous footballer. And I ask, what is the mentor where you will receive inspiration? And so if I ask you my mentor, I will say, yes, even it has to do with academic field. This is my mentor because we are in the same line of discipline. But you are mentor, you are an engineering student, the same line of discipline. But you are mentor, you are an engineering student, your mentor is a musician. That is what I call distorted mentoring. And so these are the ifs. Your mentor is a musician. That is what I call distorted mentoring. And so, effect the crowd can have upon the social, upon the potentials of our youth. But you can ask me, sir, I agree with you that what you have